Howdy Project Unchained, this is Joe Bookoff, your founder and leader. I really want to help you guys out. I made a 10-minute video earlier right after my run. I realized it's a bit long for YouTube. You guys want it short and sweet, to the point, and you know what? I'm gonna give you what you want. I have branded Project Unchained on the premise that you guys are gonna learn how to travel the world and make money online. And while that is true in the future, most likely, there's something more important I want to teach you, especially because I cannot teach you how to make money online. Why is that? Well, how much money am I making right now?
Minutes. Distance 3.13 miles.
Well, and then I need to drop
pace,
ships
14
while it's growing
minutes, 22
at a somewhat steady
seconds per
pace.
mile.
And I'm adapting to find ways to make it better grow. I've made $450 in profits. Now, after expenses, you know, my VA, the tools, analytics tools I use, it's more like $200. That's not much, especially for over 2 months. That's about a little less than $100 a month. That's nothing to live on. And that's something that I wouldn't suggest you try living on. Now, I'm still traveling. Why is that, and what does that mean about what I'm gonna teach you? Well, it's because there are a lot of ways you can save money on the road. And the reason I say that is because of what I've seen and the cost of living. I'm going to Medellin, which is in Colombia. Now, Medellin has beautiful women, beautiful buildings, beautiful culture from what I've seen. And I'll see it more so in person, but I'm excited about being there. I'm not sure what I'll find, I'm not sure what it will look like. And I don't want to get my expectations too high. But at the same time, I've heard a lot of people go there and enjoy it. So when I think about what I'm gonna do and where I'm gonna stay for 2 weeks at least in Medellin. I was gonna stay in Cali before, but I'll visit there. The reason I want to go to Medellin, it's the capital, and it's the place where people really want to go, more so than other places. Cali is definitely a place where I will visit. And you'll see that as well, but it's not a place where I will stay long term. So I was looking at places to stay in Medellin for 2 weeks or more yesterday, and I messaged a couple, and the cost was pretty awesome. I'm gonna take an aside here and ask you how much you pay for rent. You don't have to tell me, but tell yourself or your partner or your dog or your cat or your evil twin or your alter ego or your nose hair or anybody really. I told my other personality, and he just laughed at me. So I pay $600 a month for the place I'm at, and so it's a room. It's a nice room. It's not amazing. It's great. It's like there's like a closet in the wall, so that's great about it. It could be better. Like the fan doesn't work, but you know, it's nice, and for $600 it's great. Thanks, David, by the way, is the guy that's subletting it to me. Now, I was looking to see how much I would pay in Medellin, and the most expensive place I found, and I'm sure I could look more, but the most expensive place I found was $1,200. Now, what kind of place was it? Well, it was a studio apartment in a nice high-rise condo. And I mean, it's like 36 million Colombian pesos. Not 3.6 million Colombian pesos, I believe. And it's for $3,000. I remember it was $1,200. And it's a place where you'd go to LA and it'd be like $4,000. And you go to like New York and it would be like at least $3,000 for a place like that, and this is $1,200. And I looked at some rooms, and the most expensive room I found was like $600, but they mostly fell around $200 to $400 per month. And they're nice. They're much nicer than what I have right now, and they're much cheaper, and the cost of living is cheaper. Like a meal at a restaurant, there's a site that you can go to for the cost of living. A meal at a restaurant is like $4 max, and like a dozen eggs is like $1. It's pretty nice. So we're running up against 5 minutes, and I just want to share that it's more important to be resourceful. And of course, you know, it's important to amass some wealth so you're more free. But it's more important to be resourceful than to have money. And it actually keeps you a lot more free, because sometimes the way that you get money doesn't keep you free, which is something I'm building and teaching over time. But at the same time, it's important. You know, I value my freedom more than my wealth. I know that sometimes wealth brings freedom, so there's a bit of a conflict there, I understand. But it's conflict that I'm willing to
50 minutes.
work through.
Distance 3.39 miles.
And when it comes to
minutes 44
traveling,
seconds per mile.
You can be resourceful while traveling and travel on very, very little money. And that's what I teach in the group. That is the new face, the evolved face of Project Unchained.